Picture this. You're sitting in a bustling street-side cafe in Phnom Penh, sipping iced coffee that costs less than a quarter, watching monks in orange robes navigate between tuk-tuks and luxury SUVs, while the aroma of grilled fish and lemongrass fills the humid air. Your monthly rent, $60. Your daily meals, $3 max. Sound impossible? Welcome to Cambodia, where $500 doesn't just stretch, it transforms you into royalty, but only if you know the unwritten rules that could land you in serious trouble. Most travel content glosses over the reality of living here long-term, but today we're diving deep into the raw truth. From the bizarre laws that could get you arrested for something as simple as wearing camouflage pants, to the underground expat communities thriving in 30-a-month apartments, this isn't your typical travel guide. We're talking about a country where your morning coffee is served with a side of fried tarantula, where temple festivals can shut down entire cities for days, and where navigating the social hierarchy requires understanding concepts that don't even exist in Western culture. But here's what makes Cambodia truly fascinating. It's a place where ancient traditions collide with modern digital nomad culture, where you can live like a king on a shoestring budget while simultaneously experiencing one of the world's most complex societies. The question isn't whether you can survive on $500 a month here. It's whether you can handle the cultural curveballs that come with it. And trust me, some of these will blow your mind. So buckle up, because we're about to explore every aspect of Cambodian life, from the practical realities of visa runs and healthcare to the social intricacies of dating culture and the festival traditions that define this remarkable kingdom. By the end of this journey, you'll understand exactly why Cambodia has become the ultimate destination for those seeking adventure, affordability, and authenticity, and why some expats never leave. The story begins with understanding the stage itself, a country roughly the size of Missouri, nestled between Thailand and Vietnam, like a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. Cambodia's landscape reads like a geographic fairy tale. The mighty Mekong River carving through fertile plains, the Cardamom Mountains rising like green giants in the southwest, and Tonle Sap, Southeast Asia's largest freshwater lake, expanding and contracting with the seasons like the country's breathing heartbeat. But it's the cities where the real magic happens. Phnom Penh, the capital, pulses with chaotic energy. Imagine Bangkok's younger, scrappier sibling who's been through some tough times but emerged with incredible character. French colonial architecture stands shoulder to shoulder with gleaming new shopping malls, while street food vendors set up shop in the shadows of five-star hotels. The royal palace gleams gold in the afternoon sun, a reminder of the kingdom's enduring monarchy, while just blocks away, backpacker hostels buzz with travelers planning their next adventure on budgets that would make Wall Street executives weep. Then there's Siem Reap, the gateway to Angkor Wat, where tourism meets authenticity in ways that will surprise you. Beyond the temple crowds, this city reveals itself as a laid-back haven, where expats run quirky cafes, locals practice traditional dance in community centers, and the night markets serve up flavors that will rewire your taste buds. Sihanoukville, once a sleepy beach town, has transformed into something entirely different. A cautionary tale of rapid development that locals love to debate over late-night beers. But venture beyond these urban centers, and you'll discover the Cambodia that captures hearts forever. Rural villages where time moves differently, where ox carts share dirt roads with the occasional motorbike, and where community bonds remain stronger than any social media network. These are places where your $500 budget does not just go far, it makes you part of a community that welcomes strangers with genuine warmth. Understanding this geography matters because it shapes everything else. The cost of living varies dramatically between regions. The social dynamics shift from urban sophistication to rural tradition, and your lifestyle choices multiply exponentially. A digital nomad in Phnom Penh lives differently than an expat teaching English in a provincial town, and both experiences offer unique rewards and challenges. Yet underlying all of this beauty and opportunity lies Cambodia's complex history, a shadow that still influences daily life in ways both obvious and subtle. The Khmer Rouge period from 1975 to 1979 remains a living memory for many Cambodians over 50, and its effects ripple through family structures, education systems, and social attitudes. This isn't ancient history. It's recent trauma that shaped an entire generation and continues to influence how Cambodians view foreigners, change, and their own future. But here's what's remarkable. Rather than being defined by this darkness, modern Cambodia has emerged with a resilience that's both inspiring and pragmatic. The same country that produces haunting traditional music also embraces K-pop with enthusiasm. Markets that sell centuries-old remedies also stock the latest smartphones. This isn't contradiction, it's adaptation, and it creates opportunities for foreigners who understand how to navigate both worlds respectfully. Walking through any Cambodian neighborhood reveals layers of daily life that challenge Western assumptions about poverty, happiness, and community. Morning begins before dawn, not with alarm clocks but with the natural rhythm of roosters and temple bells. Buddhist monks emerge for their daily alms rounds, their bare feet padding silently along sidewalks while vendors prepare the first meals of the day. The air fills with the smoky sweetness of charcoal fires and the sharp brightness of lemongrass, galangal, and fish sauce, the holy trinity of Khmer cuisine. Family compounds buzz with 3 generations sharing space in ways that would seem cramped to Western eyes, but feel perfectly natural here. Grandparents tend to grandchildren while parents work, creating support systems that most expats envy. Children play elaborate games with simple toys. Bottle caps become currency, discarded tires transform into entertainment centers, and imagination fills gaps that electronics occupy elsewhere. Buddhism isn't just religion here, it's the invisible framework that governs social interaction, personal behavior, and community responsibility. The concept of karma influences everything from business decisions to relationship choices, creating a moral landscape that can seem foreign to Western individualism. Understanding this becomes crucial for long-term expats, because violating these unwritten rules doesn't just cause embarrassment, it can lead to social isolation. The morning market represents Cambodia's social heartbeat. Picture narrow aisles packed with vendors selling everything from live chickens to smartphone accessories, where haggling isn't just expected, it's an art form that builds relationships. A Cambodian market isn't Amazon. It's community theater where regular customers know vendors' family stories, where credit operates on handshakes, and where foreigners slowly learn the difference between tourist prices and neighbor prices. Work rhythms follow natural cycles rather than corporate schedules. The midday heat sends everyone seeking shade, creating an informal siesta culture that confuses productivity-obsessed Westerners but makes perfect sense in a tropical climate. Late afternoon brings renewed energy as temperatures drop and social life resumes. Evening markets emerge, families gather for meals on plastic stools around low tables, and the day's gossip gets processed through networks that would impress any social media algorithm. But what strikes most foreigners isn't the differences, it's the universal human elements. Parents worry about their children's education. Young people dream of travel and opportunity. Elderly couples share quiet moments watching grandchildren play. Love, ambition, humor, and hope transcend cultural boundaries, creating connections that make the $500 lifestyle not just financially viable, but emotionally rich. The learning curve for expats involves understanding when directness is appreciated and when subtlety is required, when silence communicates respect and when participation shows interest. Cambodians excel at reading social situations, and they appreciate foreigners who make the effort to do likewise. This isn't about perfect cultural assimilation, it's about respectful engagement that benefits everyone involved. Speaking of engagement, let's talk about what actually fills your plate and cup in this country, because Cambodian food culture will revolutionize your relationship with both flavor and budget. Imagine spending $2 on a meal that combines French culinary techniques with ancient Khmer traditions, Chinese influences, and Vietnamese freshness, all served on a plastic table under a tarp canopy while motorbikes weave past your elbow. This is everyday dining in Cambodia, where street food isn't a novelty. It's a sophisticated culinary ecosystem that puts most Western restaurant scenes to shame. Fish amak represents the crown jewel of Khmer cuisine, a delicate curry steamed in banana leaves that balances coconut richness with the brightness of lemongrass and galangal. But ordering it from a street vendor versus a tourist restaurant reveals the price differential that makes the $500 lifestyle possible. Street version, $1.50. Tourist restaurant, $12 for the same dish, minus the authentic conversation with the vendor who's been perfecting the recipe for 20 years. Breakfast culture revolves around numban chok, rice noodles topped with fish-based curry that locals consider the perfect morning fuel. Watching vendors prepare this dish becomes daily entertainment. Hand-cutting noodles with mechanical precision, ladling curry with practiced artistry, adding herbs and vegetables that transform simple ingredients into complex flavors. The entire meal costs 75 cents and provides enough energy to power through Cambodia's legendary heat. But then there's the food that separates tourists from residents: fried tarantulas, cricket snacks, and silkworm pupae. Before you wrinkle your nose, understand that these aren't fear factor challenges. They're legitimate protein sources with centuries of culinary tradition behind them. Fried spiders, seasoned with garlic and salt, taste remarkably like soft-shell crab. Cricket snacks provide satisfying crunch with nutty undertones. These foods represent resourcefulness and sustainability that Western culture is only beginning to appreciate. Coffee culture deserves its own documentary. Cambodian iced coffee combines French colonial influence with tropical practicality, creating a beverage that's simultaneously sophisticated and refreshing. The preparation ritual involves dripping strong coffee through a metal filter directly onto sweetened condensed milk and ice, creating layers of flavor that change with each sip. Morning coffee vendors become neighborhood institutions, gathering points where locals catch up on community news, while foreigners slowly integrate into social networks. Evening brings beer culture that would surprise craft beer enthusiasts back home. Cambodian beer isn't about variety, it's about social connection. Angkor beer and Cambodia beer dominate, but the real culture happens around shared bottles consumed from small glasses while sitting on plastic stools, discussing everything from politics to family drama. Ice gets added to beer without shame, creating refreshment that matches the climate while facilitating conversations that can last for hours. Street food vendors operate on trust systems that would terrify health inspectors but rarely cause problems for locals or informed expats. The key lies in choosing vendors with high turnover. Fresh ingredients and proper cooking temperatures naturally prevent issues. Learning to read vendor quality becomes a survival skill that opens doors to incredible meals at unbeatable prices. Night markets transform cities into outdoor restaurants where entire families claim sidewalk territory, setting up elaborate cooking operations that rival professional kitchens. Grilled fish, marinated in lemongrass and wrapped in banana leaves, costs under $2 but delivers restaurant-quality flavor. Beef skewers, pork sausages, and chicken wings create aromatic clouds that guide customers through maze-like vendor arrangements. Fruit culture provides constant amazement for foreigners. Rambutan, dragon fruit, mangosteen, and jackfruit offer flavors that don't exist in Western supermarkets, sold by vendors who will cut samples until you find your preferred ripeness level. $1 buys enough fresh fruit to satisfy sweet cravings for an entire day, while providing vitamins that keep expats healthier than their home country counterparts. But food culture extends beyond consumption into social ritual. Sharing meals builds relationships in ways that individual dining cannot. Cambodians express care through food offerings, celebrate success with communal feasts, and process grief through feeding others. Understanding these dynamics helps expats navigate social situations that pure language skills cannot address. The transition from food culture to social relationships flows naturally, because eating together inevitably leads to deeper connections, romance, and the complex dynamics that define Cambodia's relationship landscape. Dating and social life here operate according to rules that can perplex Western minds while simultaneously offering opportunities for genuine connection that many expats find more satisfying than their home country experiences. Traditional Cambodian society maintains clear gender role expectations that coexist uneasily with modern influences from social media, education, and foreign residents. Young Cambodian women increasingly pursue education and career opportunities, while simultaneously facing family pressure to marry and provide grandchildren. This creates fascinating contradictions. University-educated women who speak multiple languages but still seek parental approval for relationship choices, or successful businesswomen who maintain traditional cooking skills as marks of cultural identity. For foreign men, understanding these dynamics becomes crucial for respectful interaction. The fantasy of finding traditional submissive partners crashes against the reality of intelligent, ambitious women who are perfectly capable of outmaneuvering culturally clueless foreigners. Successful relationships require genuine respect for both traditional values and modern aspirations, creating partnerships based on mutual understanding rather than exploitative stereotypes. Cambodia's expat social scene divides into distinct categories that rarely overlap completely. Digital nomads cluster around co-working spaces and trendy cafes, creating temporary communities focused on networking and lifestyle optimization. Long-term teachers and NGO workers develop deeper local connections, but sometimes struggle with sustainable career advancement. Retirees seek community and affordability while managing health concerns and visa requirements. Business entrepreneurs navigate regulatory complexity while building operations that benefit from Cambodia's strategic location and emerging market opportunities. Nightlife varies dramatically by location and social circle. Phnom Penh's rooftop bars cater to affluent locals and foreign professionals, offering stunning city views and craft cocktails that cost more than most locals earn in a day. Street-side beer gardens provide middle-ground options where mixed groups gather for affordable drinks and authentic conversation. Local karaoke culture remains largely separate from foreign social scenes, though crossover occasionally creates memorable cultural exchange moments. The reality check for foreign men involves understanding that attractive, educated Cambodian women receive constant attention from locals and foreigners alike. Success requires bringing something beyond novelty, genuine interest in culture, stable income prospects, respectful behavior, and patience with family integration processes. Cambodian families thoroughly vet potential foreign partners, and social media provides unprecedented research capabilities. Female foreign residents face different challenges and opportunities. Cambodian culture generally respects older women and provides built-in support networks through market vendors, neighbors, and religious communities. However, single foreign women must navigate safety concerns and cultural expectations that can limit social freedom. Many successful female expats develop strong relationships with Cambodian women, creating supportive networks that enhance both security and cultural understanding. The unwritten rules of Cambodian dating culture include understanding that relationships often involve extended family from early stages, that financial expectations may differ from Western norms, and that religious and cultural traditions carry significant weight in relationship decisions. Successful foreign partners learn to appreciate these aspects rather than viewing them as obstacles. Social class dynamics add complexity that many expats initially underestimate. Education levels, family background, and economic status create social hierarchies that influence relationship possibilities and social acceptance. Understanding these subtleties helps foreigners navigate social situations with appropriate sensitivity while avoiding unintentional disrespect. The broader social life includes community festivals, temple celebrations, and seasonal events that provide natural integration opportunities for foreigners who participate respectfully. These occasions offer chances to understand Cambodian culture beyond surface-level observations while building relationships that extend beyond romantic interests. These community celebrations and festivals represent the heartbeat of Cambodian cultural identity, offering foreigners unprecedented opportunities to witness traditions that have survived centuries of upheaval while adapting to modern realities. Festival participation isn't just entertainment. It's cultural education that transforms casual visitors into informed residents who understand the deeper rhythms of Cambodian society. Khmer New Year in April transforms the entire country into a celebration that makes Western New Year parties look subdued. Imagine 3 days where normal rules suspend, water fights become community bonding experiences, and families travel hundreds of miles for reunions that reinforce social connections spanning multiple generations. Streets fill with improvised dance parties, traditional games that involve entire neighborhoods, and food sharing that creates temporary communities among strangers. For budget-conscious expats, New Year represents both opportunity and challenge. Transportation costs spike as everyone travels simultaneously, accommodation becomes scarce in popular destinations, and food prices reflect increased demand. However, understanding the rhythms allows smart planning, booking transportation early, finding local family invitations through relationships built throughout the year, and participating in community celebrations that cost nothing but provide priceless cultural immersion. Chum Ben, the Festival of the Dead, reveals Cambodia's spiritual depth in ways that surprise casual observers. This isn't Halloween commercialism, it's sincere ancestral reverence that influences family decisions, business practices, and community obligations throughout the year. Temples become gathering points where families bring elaborate food offerings, monks chant throughout the night, and social hierarchies temporarily dissolve in shared spiritual practice. Foreign participation in Chum Ben requires cultural sensitivity, but offers profound insights into Cambodian values. Families welcome respectful foreigners who understand the solemnity behind the festivities, creating opportunities for deep cultural exchange. The festival also reveals economic realities. Elaborate offerings represent significant family investments that demonstrate devotion while straining budgets, highlighting the balance between spiritual obligation and financial reality that shapes many Cambodian decisions. Water Festival celebrates the reversing of the Tonle Sap River's flow, a natural phenomenon that governs agricultural cycles and cultural rhythms. The celebration combines ancient tradition with modern party atmosphere, creating 3 days of boat races, concerts, and street celebrations that attract millions of participants. Hotels triple their rates, restaurants run out of ingredients, and transportation becomes an adventure that tests patience and planning skills. But the real magic happens in community celebrations that don't appear in tourist guides. Village festivals honoring local spirits combine Buddhism with animistic traditions, creating ceremonies that reveal Cambodia's complex spiritual landscape. Temple anniversary celebrations bring together extended communities for days of shared cooking, traditional music, and social networking that strengthens bonds while creating opportunities for foreigners to understand local social structures. Wedding season provides ongoing entertainment and cultural education for expats who develop relationships with Cambodian families. Traditional weddings span multiple days with ceremonies that blend ancient ritual with modern celebration. Foreign guests receive special attention while learning elaborate etiquette that governs gift-giving, dress codes, and social interaction. These events also reveal economic dynamics. Families spend enormous amounts on celebrations that demonstrate social status while creating debt that influences future financial decisions. Religious festivals follow lunar calendars that govern temple activities throughout the year. Full moon celebrations bring communities together for chanting, meditation, and shared meals that welcome visitors who approach with appropriate respect. These regular gatherings provide ongoing opportunities for cultural learning without the overwhelming intensity of major annual festivals. The festival calendar shapes business cycles, school schedules, and social planning in ways that foreign residents must understand for successful integration. Banks close, restaurants modify hours, transportation schedules change, and social expectations shift during festival periods. Learning these rhythms helps expats plan effectively while participating meaningfully in community celebrations. Festival participation also reveals the generous spirit that characterizes Cambodian culture. Families routinely invite foreign neighbors to join celebrations, share traditional foods, and participate in ceremonies that create cross-cultural understanding. These invitations represent genuine hospitality rather than tourist attraction, creating relationships that enrich the expat experience while providing Cambodians opportunities to share their cultural heritage. Understanding festival culture naturally leads to practical considerations about managing daily life and expenses, because living successfully on $500 monthly requires strategic thinking about housing, transportation, food, and unexpected costs that can derail budgets without proper planning. The difference between expats who thrive here and those who struggle often comes down to understanding how to navigate systems that operate according to relationships, timing, and cultural knowledge rather than fixed procedures. Housing represents the largest variable in budget planning, with options ranging from $30 rooms in local neighborhoods to luxury apartments that cost more than many Western mortgages. The sweet spot for budget-conscious expats lies in understanding neighborhood dynamics, lease negotiation, and the hidden costs that can transform affordable housing into budget-busting mistakes. Phnom Penh offers studio apartments in local areas for $60 to $100 monthly, but location determines lifestyle quality dramatically. Riverside apartments provide convenient access to expat social scenes but cost significantly more and isolate residents from authentic local experience. Residential neighborhoods offer better value and cultural immersion, but require understanding local customs, language basics, and social expectations that can challenge newcomers. Provincial cities provide even better housing value, with comfortable apartments available for $30 to $50 monthly. Siem Reap, Battambang, and Kampot offer expat communities large enough to provide social support while maintaining costs that make long-term residents financially sustainable. However, limited job opportunities and reduced access to international amenities require lifestyle adjustments that not all foreigners find acceptable. Utilities operate according to systems that can frustrate Western expectations. Electricity costs vary dramatically based on usage patterns and supply stability. Air conditioning transforms $50 housing into $150 monthly expenses, making climate adaptation crucial for budget success. Internet service requires understanding provider options, installation procedures, and backup plans for frequent outages that can disrupt remote work arrangements. Food expenses can range from $50 monthly for locals eating street food exclusively to $300 for expats maintaining Western dietary preferences. The key lies in gradual adaptation rather than immediate transformation. Learning to appreciate local ingredients, cooking methods, and eating schedules reduces costs while improving health and cultural integration. Morning market shopping, afternoon cooking during cool periods, and evening street food supplementation creates sustainable eating patterns that satisfy both budget and nutritional requirements. Transportation costs depend entirely on lifestyle choices and location decisions. Motorbike ownership provides maximum flexibility for under $300 initial investment plus minimal ongoing costs. However, traffic conditions and safety concerns require realistic assessment of risk tolerance and driving skills. Tuk-tuk transportation for regular routes becomes expensive quickly, while taxi services remain limited outside major cities. Healthcare represents a wild card expense that can destroy budgets without proper preparation. Public healthcare provides basic services at minimal cost, but with quality concerns that may not meet foreign expectations. Private healthcare offers better service at higher prices that can still represent good value compared to Western costs. However, serious medical issues require medical evacuation to Thailand or Singapore, making comprehensive insurance essential for responsible expat living. Visa expenses create ongoing costs that many budget calculations overlook. Tourist visa extensions cost $45 monthly, while business visas require higher initial investment but provide better long-term stability. Understanding visa options and renewal procedures prevents expensive mistakes that can force costly border runs or legal complications. The hidden costs that destroy budgets include social obligations, emergency expenses, and lifestyle inflation that gradually erodes initial savings. Birthday celebrations, wedding gifts, and festival contributions represent social investments that build relationships while straining budgets. Equipment replacement, medical emergencies, and travel expenses require emergency fund maintenance that many expats neglect until crisis strikes. Successful budget management involves tracking expenses, building local relationships that provide cost-saving opportunities, and maintaining realistic expectations about lifestyle adjustments. Expats who thrive understand that $500 monthly provides comfortable living by local standards rather than Western luxury. This perspective shift enables appreciation for experiences that money cannot buy while maintaining financial sustainability for long-term residents. The digital nomad lifestyle requires additional considerations, including co-working space costs, reliable internet backup options, and client communication during infrastructure outages. However, Cambodia's improving connectivity and supportive business environment create opportunities for online entrepreneurs who understand how to leverage local advantages while managing traditional challenges. Getting around Cambodia efficiently and safely requires understanding transportation options that range from adventurous to downright terrifying, depending on your risk tolerance and budget constraints. The good news? Transportation costs remain remarkably low if you understand the system. The challenging news? Western safety standards don't always apply, and cultural adaptation becomes essential for both survival and sanity. Motorbikes dominate Cambodian transportation culture, serving as personal vehicles, delivery trucks, family transportation, and mobile businesses simultaneously. Watching a family of 4 navigate traffic on a single Honda Dream while balancing groceries, school bags, and a pet chicken provides daily entertainment that never gets old. For budget-conscious expats, motorbike ownership represents ultimate freedom. Purchase prices start around $200 for reliable used bikes, monthly maintenance costs rarely exceed $10, and fuel efficiency makes transportation expenses negligible. However, motorbike culture shock hits most Westerners hard. Traffic rules exist as suggestions rather than laws. Lane markings provide decoration rather than guidance, and right-of-way belongs to whoever claims it most confidently. Learning to navigate this apparent chaos requires understanding the unwritten codes that govern traffic flow. Eye contact communicates intentions. Horn usage serves as location notification rather than anger expression, and patience prevents accidents better than aggression. The learning curve includes understanding that Cambodian drivers possess supernatural awareness of their surroundings, developed through years of navigating impossible traffic situations. What appears chaotic to foreign eyes actually follows complex patterns based on mutual respect, situational assessment, and collective problem-solving that keeps accident rates lower than traffic conditions suggest they should be. Tuk-tuks provide middle-ground transportation that's safer than motorbikes but more expensive than local buses. Pricing operates on negotiation principles that can frustrate efficiency-minded foreigners but creates opportunities for relationship building with regular drivers. Establishing preferred driver relationships provides transportation security while supporting local income generation. Regular customers receive better service, priority scheduling, and insider information about traffic conditions and local events. Public bus transportation offers rock-bottom prices but requires patience, flexibility, and strong stomachs for mechanical adventures that would terrify Western safety inspectors. Cross-country bus travel costs under $5 but can take twice as long as scheduled due to mechanical issues, weather delays, and unexplained stops that become part of the adventure narrative. Bus travel also provides cultural immersion opportunities that comfortable transportation cannot match: conversations with fellow passengers, stops at local restaurants, and exposure to countryside landscapes that reveal Cambodia beyond tourist destinations. Intercity transportation includes boat services that combine practical transportation with scenic experiences. Mekong riverboats connecting Phnom Penh with Vietnam provide affordable travel through landscapes that showcase rural Cambodia's beauty. However, seasonal water levels affect schedules, and comfort standards require appropriate expectations about seating, facilities, and travel duration. Bicycle transportation works well for short distances and provides exercise benefits while navigating traffic that can challenge less experienced cyclists. Phnom Penh's flat terrain and grid street system make cycling practical for daily errands, though rainy season conditions and aggressive drivers require careful route planning and safety equipment. Walking remains underutilized by many expats who assume that tropical heat makes pedestrian transportation impractical. However, early morning and late afternoon walking provides excellent exercise while offering street-level cultural observation that vehicle transportation cannot provide. Understanding walking culture helps expats integrate into neighborhood life while discovering local businesses and social opportunities. International transportation requires understanding visa requirements, border procedures, and transportation connections that can affect travel costs significantly. Overland travel to Thailand and Vietnam provides budget-friendly options but requires time and patience with border formalities. Budget airlines serve regional destinations but often add fees that increase total costs beyond initial ticket prices. The key to transportation success involves matching transportation choices to specific needs rather than expecting single solutions to work for all situations. Short-distance urban travel benefits from walking or cycling, medium distances suit motorbikes or tuk-tuks, and long-distance travel requires buses or flights depending on time constraints and comfort preferences. Transportation expenses easily fit within the $500 monthly budget if choices align with local practices rather than imported expectations. However, maintaining Western comfort standards can quickly escalate costs beyond sustainable levels, making cultural adaptation essential for long-term budget success. Beyond practical transportation lies the adventure of exploring destinations that showcase Cambodia's incredible diversity, from world-famous temples to hidden gems that most tourists never discover. Understanding what to see and do helps justify the lifestyle choices that make the $500 budget possible, while creating experiences that provide lasting memories and cultural understanding. Angkor Wat represents the obvious starting point, but approaching it strategically enhances both experience and budget impact. Purchasing annual passes instead of day tickets provides ongoing access that encourages multiple visits during different seasons and times of day. Sunrise crowds at Angkor Wat get all the attention, but sunset at Pre Rup Temple offers equally spectacular views with fewer people and better photography opportunities. The temple complex extends far beyond the main attractions into lesser-known sites that provide solitude and architectural wonder without tourist congestion. Bang Mialia, partially reclaimed by jungle, offers Indiana Jones adventure without the crowds. Kokhare's Pyramid Temple provides jungle hiking combined with archaeological exploration. These sites require transportation investment but deliver experiences that justify the costs through uniqueness and authenticity. But Cambodia's appeal extends far beyond ancient temples into natural environments that provide ongoing recreation and exploration opportunities. The Cardamom Mountains offer jungle trekking, wildlife observation, and community-based tourism that supports local conservation efforts while providing adventure experiences. Multi-day treks cost less than single meals at high-end restaurants but deliver immersive experiences that create lasting memories. Coastal areas provide beach experiences that rival Thailand's famous destinations without the commercial development and inflated prices. Kep's crab markets combine fresh seafood with reasonable prices in settings that feel authentic rather than tourist-focused. Rabbit Island offers day-trip beach experiences that cost under $10 including transportation and meals. Sihanoukville's beaches require careful selection due to rapid development, but quieter areas still provide tropical beach experiences at budget-friendly prices. Mekong River exploration opens opportunities for multi-day adventures that combine transportation with accommodation and cultural immersion. Floating village tours reveal lifestyles that exist nowhere else in the world, while boat travel between cities provides scenic transportation that doubles as entertainment. River dolphin spotting tours combine wildlife observation with cultural education about conservation efforts that involve local communities. Countryside exploration reveals Cambodia that exists beyond tourist attractions and urban centers. Bicycle tours through rice paddies provide exercise combined with cultural observation and photography opportunities. Village homestays offer cultural immersion experiences that cost less than urban hotel rooms while supporting rural communities directly. These experiences require flexibility and cultural sensitivity, but provide insights into Cambodian life that no guidebook can adequately describe. Urban exploration in cities beyond the main tourist destinations reveals authentic Cambodian life without tourist-focused modifications. Battambang's French colonial architecture, traditional markets, and bamboo train offer cultural experiences that feel genuine rather than performative. Kampot's riverside setting, pepper plantations, and cave exploration provide relaxed exploration opportunities that cost minimal amounts while delivering maximum cultural value. Cultural sites beyond temples include traditional craft villages, where artisans maintain centuries-old techniques for silk weaving, silver working, and pottery creation. These visits support local economies while providing education about skills that modern technology threatens to eliminate. Purchasing directly from artisans provides better prices than tourist market alternatives while ensuring that income benefits creators rather than middlemen. Food tourism represents ongoing entertainment that costs little but provides constant cultural education. Regional specialties vary significantly across Cambodia, making culinary exploration a continuous adventure. Battambang's rice paper production, Kampot's pepper farms, and coastal areas' salt fields provide agricultural tourism opportunities that combine education with authentic local interaction. Adventure tourism options include rock climbing, kayaking, and jungle exploration that provide excitement while supporting local guide services. These activities cost significantly less than similar experiences in Western countries, while often providing superior guide knowledge and authentic cultural interaction. The key to maximizing attraction and activity value involves balancing planned tourism with spontaneous exploration, combining famous sites with off-the-beaten-path discoveries, and maintaining openness to opportunities that arise through local relationships and cultural integration. This approach provides rich experiences while maintaining budget constraints that enable long-term residence. However, all These adventures and experiences require maintaining health and safety awareness that addresses both medical concerns and security issues that can affect long-term residents differently than short-term tourists. Understanding healthcare options, safety precautions, and emergency procedures becomes essential for anyone considering extended residence on a limited budget. Healthcare infrastructure varies dramatically between urban and rural areas, with private hospitals in major cities providing services that meet international standards, while rural clinics struggle with equipment and staffing limitations. Phnom Penh's private hospitals offer excellent emergency care at costs that remain reasonable compared to Western standards, though complex procedures may require medical evacuation to Thailand or Singapore for optimal outcomes. Preventive healthcare becomes crucial for budget-conscious expats, because emergency medical expenses can quickly exhaust limited financial resources. Regular health monitoring, proper nutrition, exercise routines, and avoiding high-risk behaviors provide the best insurance against medical emergencies that could force expensive repatriation or treatment abroad. Common health concerns include dengue fever, foodborne illnesses, respiratory infections, and skin conditions that require understanding prevention strategies and treatment options. Dengue fever prevention focuses on eliminating standing water and using appropriate insect repellent, while food safety involves choosing vendors carefully and understanding local preparation methods. These precautions become second nature for long-term residents but require conscious attention during initial adaptation periods. Mental health care resources remain limited but improving, with private counseling services available in major cities for expats who need professional support for adjustment difficulties, relationship issues, or other psychological concerns. However, many expats find that community support networks and cultural engagement provide mental health benefits that formal services cannot replace. Safety concerns divide into criminal activity and traffic-related risks, both of which require understanding local conditions and appropriate precautions. Petty theft represents the most common criminal risk, particularly for foreigners who display obvious wealth or fail to understand neighborhood safety dynamics. Violent crime remains relatively rare, but can occur in specific areas and situations that informed residents learn to avoid. Traffic safety represents ongoing risk that requires constant attention and appropriate safety equipment. Motorbike accidents cause the majority of serious injuries among foreign residents, making helmet usage, defensive driving techniques, and traffic pattern understanding essential for anyone choosing two-wheeled transportation. Understanding that local drivers possess excellent situational awareness helps foreigners integrate into traffic flow rather than fighting against it. Scam awareness becomes important for anyone planning long-term residence, because sophisticated fraud schemes target foreigners with apparent wealth and limited cultural understanding. Common scams include fake business opportunities, romantic exploitation, and official impersonation schemes that can result in significant financial losses. Building relationships with trusted locals provides protection against scams while creating support networks that enhance security and cultural integration. Legal issues require understanding Cambodia's legal system and the rights and obligations that affect foreign residents. Visa compliance remains crucial for avoiding legal complications that can result in fines, deportation, or other serious consequences. Understanding local laws regarding drug possession, political activity, and business operations prevents inadvertent violations that could create legal problems. Emergency preparedness involves understanding embassy services, medical evacuation procedures, and financial backup plans that enable appropriate responses to serious emergencies. Maintaining emergency fund reserves, comprehensive insurance coverage, and communication plans helps ensure that emergencies remain manageable rather than catastrophic. The educational aspects of safety and healthcare involve learning from long-term expat communities that have developed effective strategies for managing risks while maintaining quality of life. These informal networks provide ongoing education about changing conditions, new risks, and effective prevention strategies that formal sources may not address promptly. Crime prevention strategies include understanding local customs, maintaining appropriate behavior in social situations, and building relationships that provide community support and situational awareness. Many safety issues can be prevented through cultural sensitivity and appropriate social integration rather than defensive isolation. Personal security planning involves understanding evacuation routes, communication systems, and support networks that provide assistance during emergencies. These preparations require minimal financial investment, but provide significant peace of mind for long-term residents who want to enjoy Cambodia's benefits while managing its risks appropriately. Managing these practical concerns successfully requires understanding the legal framework that governs foreign residents, including visa options, work permits, and the cultural taboos that could create serious legal complications for unprepared expats. Cambodia's legal system combines written law with cultural expectations in ways that can surprise foreigners accustomed to more predictable legal environments. Tourist visas provide the simplest entry method, but require monthly extensions that cost $45 each, making this option expensive for long-term residents. However, tourist visas offer maximum flexibility for expats who maintain income sources outside Cambodia and don't require local employment authorization. The monthly renewal process provides opportunities to maintain current immigration status while exploring longer-term visa options. Business visas offer better long-term value and provide work authorization that enables local employment and business development. Initial business visa costs exceed tourist visa fees, but annual renewal processes provide better value for extended residence. Business visas also enable multiple entry and exit without additional fees, making regional travel more convenient and affordable. Retirement visas provide options for older expats who meet age and financial requirements, though the application process involves more documentation and financial verification than other visa categories. Understanding retirement visa benefits and obligations helps eligible expats choose appropriate long-term residence strategies while maintaining legal compliance. Work permit requirements affect anyone planning local employment, whether through traditional employment or business development. Understanding work permit procedures, costs, and obligations prevents legal complications while enabling income generation that supports long-term residence goals. However, work permit requirements can be complex and may require legal assistance for proper completion. Property ownership restrictions limit foreign land ownership but allow various forms of property control through legal structures that provide residential security without full ownership rights. Understanding property ownership alternatives helps expats secure long-term housing while complying with legal restrictions that protect Cambodian land rights. The bizarre laws that could affect foreign residents include restrictions on political activity, religious proselytizing, and cultural sensitivity requirements that may not exist in Western legal systems. Understanding these restrictions prevents inadvertent violations that could result in legal complications or social conflicts. Cultural taboos carry legal implications in ways that surprise many foreigners. Disrespecting the monarchy, Buddhism, or Cambodian culture can result in legal consequences that exceed cultural embarrassment. Understanding appropriate behavior in religious settings, social situations, and public spaces prevents legal issues while demonstrating cultural respect that enhances social integration. Marriage laws affect foreigners who develop romantic relationships with Cambodian citizens, creating legal obligations and rights that differ significantly from Western marriage law. Understanding marriage procedures, property rights, and divorce regulations helps foreign residents make informed decisions about personal relationships while protecting legal interests. Business law governs foreign investment and business development in ways that can create opportunities or obstacles depending on legal compliance and cultural understanding. foreign business ownership faces restrictions that require creative legal solutions, making legal consultation essential for anyone considering business development. Tax obligations affect foreign residents differently depending on income sources, residence duration, and business activities. Understanding tax requirements prevents legal complications while enabling proper financial planning for long-term residents. However, tax law complexity often requires professional assistance for proper compliance. Banking regulations affect foreign residents' ability to maintain local accounts, transfer funds internationally, and access financial services that support long-term residents. Understanding banking requirements and procedures prevents financial complications while enabling proper money management for budget-conscious expats. Legal assistance resources include international law firms, local legal services, and embassy support that provide guidance for complex legal issues. Understanding when legal assistance becomes necessary prevents minor issues from becoming major legal problems while protecting long-term residents' interests. The practical aspects of legal compliance involve maintaining proper documentation, understanding renewal procedures, and staying informed about regulatory changes that could affect foreign residents. These responsibilities require ongoing attention, but become routine for long-term expats who understand the system. Enforcement practices vary significantly between regulations and locations, making local knowledge crucial for understanding practical legal risks versus theoretical legal obligations. Building relationships with informed expats and local contacts provides ongoing education about legal realities that formal sources may not adequately address. As we reach the end of this comprehensive journey through Cambodia's complexities and opportunities, it's worth stepping back to appreciate what we've discovered about living here on $500 monthly. This isn't just about budget travel or temporary adventure. It's about accessing a lifestyle that combines affordability with authenticity, adventure with community, and simplicity with profound cultural richness. The mathematics work beautifully if you embrace adaptation rather than demanding replication of Western standards. $60 housing, $100 food budgets, minimal transportation costs, and reasonable healthcare expenses create sustainable living that enables experiences money cannot buy elsewhere. But the real value extends beyond financial calculations into personal transformation that occurs when you immerse yourself in a culture that operates according to different principles and priorities. Cambodia rewards cultural curiosity, punishes arrogance, and provides ongoing education about resilience, community, and finding happiness through relationships rather than possessions. The expats who thrive here understand that $500 monthly does not buy Western luxury. It buys access to experiences, relationships, and personal growth opportunities that no amount of money can purchase in culturally homogenized environments. The challenges we've explored, from healthcare concerns to legal complexities, represent manageable obstacles rather than insurmountable barriers for prepared residents who approach Cambodia with realistic expectations and cultural humility. Every challenge creates opportunities for learning, relationship building, and personal development that enhance the expat experience rather than diminishing it. The social aspects provide perhaps the greatest unexpected benefits. Cambodian generosity, humor, and resilience create daily inspiration for foreign residents who learn to appreciate different approaches to life as fundamental questions. Community bonds, religious traditions, and family networks offer social security that Western individualism often lacks, creating support systems that benefit both locals and respectful foreign residents. The practical considerations, from visa renewals to motorbike maintenance, become routine aspects of daily life that create competence and confidence rather than ongoing stress. Learning to navigate Cambodian systems successfully provides transferable skills and perspectives that enhance problem-solving abilities and cultural adaptability for future adventures. The lifestyle opportunities extend far beyond basic survival into rich experiences that justify the cultural adaptations required for successful integration. temple festivals, countryside exploration, culinary adventures, and social relationships provide ongoing entertainment and education that expensive Western lifestyles often cannot match. For digital nomads, Cambodia offers reliable internet, supportive communities, and inspiring environments that enhance creativity and productivity while maintaining lifestyle costs that enable long-term sustainability. For retirees, affordable healthcare, tropical climate, and welcoming communities create retirement possibilities that Western pension systems increasingly cannot support. The future possibilities remain exciting as Cambodia continues developing economically while maintaining cultural authenticity that makes expat life rewarding. Infrastructure improvements, expanding business opportunities, and growing international awareness create expanding possibilities for foreigners who understand how to contribute positively to Cambodian society while pursuing personal goals. The question isn't whether $500 monthly enables comfortable living in Cambodia. It's whether you possess the cultural flexibility, adventure spirit, and patience required to access the experiences that budget enables. For those willing to embrace difference rather than demanding familiarity, Cambodia offers lifestyle opportunities that exceed expectations while providing personal growth that no amount of money can guarantee elsewhere. So here's your challenge. Imagine trading expensive routine for affordable adventure, cultural isolation for community integration, and predictable comfort for daily surprise and learning. Comment below with your biggest concern about making this lifestyle change, or share your thoughts about which aspect of Cambodian life intrigues you most. And if you're ready to take the next step, start researching visa options and connecting with expat communities that can provide practical guidance for making the transition from dreaming to living this remarkable lifestyle. The $500 monthly budget isn't just financial planning. It's a doorway to discovering what's possible when you choose experience over expense, relationship over routine, and adventure over anxiety. Cambodia waits for those bold enough to embrace the unknown and wise enough to appreciate what they discover.